movie's so goddamn charming.
Did you ever watch that movie?
The Butterfly Effect?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to Jessica fucking Hamilton.
Putting her on blast.
Oh, I mean, I love Jessica, but like she was like, you gotta see this movie. I was like, okay,
blow your mind.
I make $150 a week. I'll spend like 8 of it.
I'll spend a 10th of it,
exactly.
or a 20th of it.
Yeah, I'll spend a sizable amount of my
like
pay
5%
for 2 hours in a theater with Ashton Kutcher and Amy Smart. That sounds like a wise investment.
Doesn't he? He chokes himself
in the womb.
In the womb, he's like,
because he's like, this is the only way I'm not gonna fuck things up for the girl I love.
Right on, man. Right on. All right. So
shit gets dark at the end of that movie. It's like Country Strong, like the Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah. Suicide tour de force. Star Trek. So they have the whales. They have the tank.
Yeah. Do they beam the whales out?
Yes.
It really taxes their power to do it too, right?
Well, the whales are released. They like
right,
they,
and the whalers
the bad
have been
men.
waiting like Black Friday shoppers.
Gracie and George, open.
It's like that's their Moby Dick.
What Gracie and George, right? Gracie and George, like well, yeah, they told Homegirl she has until like Thursday. You have until Thursday.
And then they let him go on Wednesday.
Like, oh yeah, oh sorry,
I thought it'd be easier for you if you didn't have to say goodbye. And she's like, what the fuck?
And so they get him out in the open sea, and
seriously, what a terrible boss she had.
Right. And so so they get the whales, and then
they stop the whalers. They stop their harpoon with a cloaked ship, and they decloak over the whaling ship, and they're like,
we'll never whale again.
And they beam the whales aboard, which I wonder, like, I guess they didn't have the tank full all the way because otherwise it would have exploded the tank, right? With the time displacement, or not time, the space displacement.
And so they slingshot back around the sun and get back to the present day, crash like into Earth.
Yep.
But
they let the whales out in the water.
Yeah, but the probe's like, and
they wave,
and the whale's like, you guys cool down there? Yeah, I don't know what the fuck just happened, but we alright.
Gracie's about to give birth. Sounds good.
Sweet. See you in 2,000 years.
No idea where it came from.
No,
doesn't matter.
Why it's around, like.
And it doesn't matter. That's how good the movie is that you don't care.
But I mean, yeah, it doesn't. Well, it doesn't really make the movie bad. Like, it's not a knock against it. Like, oh well, who sent the probe with the whale sounds? Like, oh, they never explained that. So
yeah, it's not like people are like, where did the food drops come from on the island on Lost or something like that. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't affect the narrative. Like, they live in a universe where something like that could happen.
Where you can slingshot around the sun and go back in time. And
where ancient races have been fucking with humanity for eons.
And so they have their... so they save Earth. They have their trial.
Spock stands with his compatriots,
even
though he's not charged.
Because he was dead.
Yeah.
They're like, we can't really charge you because you were dead at the time.
Well, and they give up their careers to reunite his soul with his body, so... He's kind of obligated. Yeah. He's like, look, I just came back to life. I really don't want to fuck up my second lease on life in prison.
But let's do this.
I guess.
And so they drop all the charges, which the Klingons are really pissed off.
They're like, what the fuck? You killed our crew.
They're like, we were all just chilling out, and they killed us for no reason. And they're like, it's bullshit. You're a goddamn liar.
Complete fucking bullshit.
But they drop the charges... on everyone.
Yep.
Minus Kirk, he's still charged with disobeying orders, disobeying a direct command. And so he's knocked down from admiral back to captain, which I mean is not a punishment. And everyone knows it too.
Right. They're like, we're giving you the job for which you've shown unerring valor in the past. We're going to give you a ship, and don't they applaud or something? Or does everyone
loves it. Everyone's like, oh, well, it's not even a punishment. It's like a commendation. It's like oh, you're demoted because it's not actually you're not being punished because it's actually what you fucking wanted. Always wanted to be a space captain.
I think Star Trek 4 is definitely the most 80s of all the Star Trek movies, where everything just works out perfectly, and the only thing that's missing is a great pop song and a freeze frame. Although there are freeze frames over the end credits,
yeah,
but not at the very end of the movie. But anyway.
Oh, and Dr. Taylor, she like before
they bring her.
Oh, she brings herself. Kirk's like, all right, cool, have fun in 1986. You know,
I'm out.
Like
Kirk style.
Like, you know, watch out for AIDS.
Watch out for the gay cancer.
And then she hops like into his arms and like surprise.
And then tears his throat out.
And then and dips to the 23rd century with them.
But it makes sense because
there's nothing left Wales. For her. She knows Wales. Yeah. True, and there's kind of nothing left for her.
That's true. Her job sucks. Her boss is a dickhead. Gay cancer is rampant. She's like, I gotta get away from the AIDS. I mean, I'm still single, like, and I'm in San Francisco.
Yeah,
get me out.
Like, I'm a heterosexual Caucasian woman, so I'm not Asian, so no men want to sleep with me, and I'm not a gay man, so I'm done there. I might as well just
go to the future.
Maybe
the gay dudes of the future are actually straight.
Maybe that's the new. Maybe straight's the new gay. I don't know.
I would like to find out. Give me a chance.
Surprise.
This is everything that goes through her head in the instant before.
That's all the subtext.
Right.
That's all the subtext.
If you ever took a drama class at Bowie High School in the late '90s, you know about subtext.
All about it. And they meet up at the like after the trial.
After the trial, she shows up.
And she's like, hey, what's up? That's so great for you. And he's like, oh, I don't even have your number, babe. And she's like, yeah, you're cute and all, but fucking, I'm in space, dude. So, deuces. Like, I'll find you. Give him a kiss on the cheek and dips out.
She pulls a Kirk on him.
Which is awesome. Like, I love that. Because I like reading like the plot, well, not really the plot, but kind of like the production notes. Like, oh, and they cast her as Catherine Hicks as the love interest, and I'm like, this is serious. She's not. I mean,
there's some
chemistry.
Right.
Yeah, there's some chemistry there. I mean, like, it's obvious that they both kind of find each other attractive, and
right.
But she's not straight up like swooning over him.
Right. And that's one of the things I like about the Star Trek movies is that none of them is actually really a love story. Like, there are hints of things here and there, but like Kirk's horn dogging days are pretty much done.
Yeah. And then so they're
they don't know what ship they've gotten. They just know they're going to be on a ship,
and they see the Excelsior,
right? And that's what they think it's going to be.
And they're like, it's not a bad ship. And then it pans over, and you see a rebuilt Enterprise, and they're like, oh, mama.
Yeah, and I got a little choked up when I saw it. But if you think about it, it doesn't really make sense that they could have had that ship and it could have been a secret, for one thing. Like, also, how long have they been gone that they had time to build a new Enterprise since Kirk destroyed the last one?
I don't know.
It doesn't really, it doesn't really matter.
A year?
You think they were gone a whole year?
Maybe.
I don't know. It doesn't matter because it's such a great ending.
Well, also, they were gone, I mean, like, they're in a different time, so, I mean, like, they're only, like, in 1986 for a day, but that could have been, like, 4 weeks, or it could have been 4 years.
Yeah, it could have, but I mean, would Earth have been held hostage for 4 years by the space dildo?
Maybe they're like, you guys got 5 years to give me back give me some
whale,
give me some humpback whale, or you get it. I don't know, but
it doesn't matter.
Fuck it, they got a new Enterprise,
and they get on the bridge and they're looking around like a bunch of kids in a candy store. Yep. And Kirk sits down and he's like, "Let's see what she's got."
Yep. And then they zoom off.
I got choked up when they did the pan up over the Excelsior to the Enterprise. Yeah. And I was just like, oh fuck, that's a nice reveal. Like, I knew it was coming because I'd seen the movie, but I guess after watching so much Star Trek in a row, like, it really meant something for the first time. It's like, that's their home. And in this movie, really more than any point up till now, you really see what a family they are. Like, in this movie, they're not a crew, they're a family.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, showing them, you know, you've got a home again together. It was a nice touch.
I was especially happy for Scotty because that fool loves the Enterprise.
Yeah, that's his wife. As much as it's Kirk's, it's Scotty's. Like, it's a big love situation, except with one woman and 2 dudes.
So Star Trek 4, very very funny.
Very funny.
Paramount makes sequel to Star Trek 3, very funny, would be what the YouTube video would be.
Right, if we put Star Trek 4 on YouTube.
Yeah. Or like, Kirk and Spock fuck around with some whales. Very funny. So Star Trek V,
The Final Frontier.
which
William Shatner's...
maybe you got this one mixed up with 6 because it's the Final Frontier. Right. So it's like, oh, it's the last one.
You keep thinking, yeah. Directed by Bill Shatner.
Kirk and the previous 2 had been directed by Nimoy.
Mm-hmm. So Shatner's like, let me in there. He's the Pierce Hawthorne of
yeah. Like, you guys are directing movies without me.
He bullied his way into the director's chair.
We start off with this really like kind of funny and sweet scene where they're on shore leave and they're at Yosemite and Kirk's climbing a mountain, and then you see Spock just like pop into view
on him,
with these like rocket boots, and there's this great like back and forth between him and Spock. And Spock's like, "Why are you climbing this mountain?" He's like,
why does anybody climb?
Like, well, yeah, because it's there.
Yep.
And
Kirk, it should be mentioned, is climbing without climbing gear. Yeah. He's like Ethan Hunt in Mission Impossible 2.
And he falls and almost dies, but Spock saves him.
Spock does a badass turn.
Yeah, like upside down. He puts his arms up and then turns and goes upside down.
Like Christopher Reeve in Superman 4.
He can't just
drop.
Like he can't just drop or kind of bend over and go down.
We gotta show the boots, bro.
He's got to do like an arc all the way, up and arcing over and then down.
Meanwhile, Bones is watching through binoculars
eating whiskey beans. Whiskey
Son of a bitch!
Oh, you hobgoblin, let him die! Oh.
I don't care. I'm off this ship again. Thank Christ. Give me my disco beard back.
Then
they camp.
And
they sing "Row, Row, Row Your
which
Boat."
Spock doesn't know.
Again, another small hole in Spock's.
He's like, you know about humpback whales, but you don't know about Row, Row, Row Your Boat?
Or Halloween.
You always bring that up.
Well, it's a pretty big fucking deal.
Meanwhile, on Nimbus 3...
the Planet of Peace.
Some ambassadors are kidnapped.
By a dude with a badass name.
Cybok.
What a great name.
Who, when I saw the character, I was like, oh, that kind of looks like Sean Connery. And apparently...
That's what Becca said.
That's who they wanted to play the role with Sean Connery. And I don't know why he didn't. Do you know why he didn't?
I don't know why he didn't, but I do know that that's why the planet they go to at the end is named Jacquerie. It's a play on Sean Connery.
I read that it was a play off Shangri-La.
Nope.
That's what I read. Yes, I did read that.
I heard Leonard Nimoy say it was a play on Sean Connery. So... You got your sources. I got it straight from the Vulcan.
I think the producers of Star Trek said that it's a play on Shangri-La. Jacquerie.
That sounds more like Sean Connery than Shangri-La.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, it's a play on Shangri-La, but it's also a play on Sean Connery. Why are you looking at me like I'm an asshole?
You aren't! I read that too.
Oh, well, then
but I don't think it's true.
I think it's true. Why would Nimoy say it? Why would Leonard Nimoy...
Because he's a liar?
Why would
I like him, but he's a liar. Bottle Rocket.
I like Dignan, but he's a liar.
But he's a liar. I thought you liked Dignan. I do, but he's a liar.
What's she done with her life? It's so great.
So, Cybok is kidnapped these fools.
Mm-hmm.
He is Spock's half-brother.
Mm-hmm.
Which Kirk's like, I know that's not true. Because you said you didn't have a brother. Like, that's true, I don't have a brother. And Kirk's like, aha, see? He's like, I have a half-brother. And Kirk's like, what? It just gets, it's...
Shatner directing himself.
Yeah, exactly. He's just the gloves are off, all the madness.
The ham is on the table.
So Cybok's he's like, yeah, actually, this hostage thing isn't I don't actually care about these hostages. Right. I did this just so I could get a spaceship because I need to go to Sean Connery planet
and meet God.
And it's like
he doesn't reveal that right away.
It's it's in Vulcan mythology. Jacquerie is their heaven, their Garden of Eden.
Right.
And so he needs a spaceship to take him there.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. Kirk's just like, okay, I guess. I don't know why he agrees to it. I forget why.
It's the same reason he agreed in a previous episode to let advanced beings take over their bodies to build robot bodies for themselves because he's curious. I mean, they are a scientific vessel, and yeah, their means of going about